All right, everyone stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Morgan Township Trustee meeting, October 27th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Can I get a roll call?
Yes. Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
I want to apologize. Our camera is out, so we have no video. We are recording it, so there will be audio. This is the camera. We'll talk about that later. But, okay, can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for October 15th, 2025.
Second.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Can I get a motion to approve the warrants?
I'll make the motion to approve the Morgan Township, Butler County warrants, payment listing for 10/16/2025 through 10/27/2025, payment number 900-2025 through 940-2025, warrant number 13349 through 13362 for a total of $74,090.16.
Second?
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Motion approved.
All right, we'll move on to the Fire and EMS Department. Chief?
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Just want to let you guys know, short report tonight, but we applied for a $10,000 grant from the Oxford Masonic Temple fund that they have, philanthropic fund. We should know here in a couple weeks what amount we're going to be given to support some of the local children in the school system that are just having a difficult time. So we anticipate either getting close or very near that amount. So it'll be a great Christmas for quite a few families. We'll also be applying, we spoke with the organization, and we'll be applying for a larger grant, hopefully early next year, to possibly make an addition to our park with a dog park, and they seem very open to that idea. So hopefully here in the next couple months you'll get some more additional good news. The sim man that we had for EMS training, we sold that for $14,000 to an area fire department, and anytime we need to use it, they said we could borrow it. So that's a good deal for us. We'll be down in Okeana Halloween, so if anybody's down there, we're more than happy to say hi, stopping traffic and slowing it as usual. And then the last thing that I have is, if anybody is interested, there are some flyers over there on the table. We've got a CPR class, our last one of the year, on Wednesday, November 19th at 6:30. If you have any questions about that, feel free to stop me after the meeting, or contact Captain Jan that is on the flyer. And that is all I have, unless you have anything for me.
Anything?
Thanks, Chief.
All right. You want, AC, you got anything on the community park?
Oh, yeah, I got all kinds of stuff. Okay. Number one, as we know, the playground's been open for a few weeks. It's getting a lot of use. I'm out there while I'm at the firehouse watching it to see what best practices we can do, because, you know, we're not park experts, and see what the areas of risk are. And there are some areas of risk, which I'll get to in a minute. The final inspection was completed by our vendor. There are a few discrepancies, and the vendor, the inspector, will work with Pintura to remedy those. Some of them, the road crew remedied the loose bolts and that such, but there's a couple angle things of stairways that Pintura is going to have to address, and they'll get that done. And that way, the liability is not there, and our insurance company will be happy. So we're happy with that. As you can see out there, the fence started today. It's moving slowly, but it started today. They are actually core drilling that curb, and that takes a long time to lay it out. So that fence isn't going anywhere. So it's getting core drilled, but they started today, and they really didn't know how long it was going to take. We asked them, and they're like, it takes what it takes. So anyway, it's ongoing, but the playground's still open while that's ongoing. So it looks real nice so far. It's just there's nothing but a few poles in the curb. So that's going on. That's good news. Also, if you noticed or didn't notice, I did a Facebook post. The 2 balusters went in. Thanks to the road crew for getting those in. And then they, on my request, they moved the huge rock over next to the one by the fire station to kind of really make it do not drive on the walkway. So it looks real nice. We have keys distributed and we're ready to, hopefully, I don't encounter any more vehicles when I'm on my run in the park. So that's installed. Thank you to the road crew for doing that. Working on finalizing the Tanya Engel sign. This will be paid by a private donation. Dedication has been postponed at the Engels' request so that everything can be complete for pictures. And they wish it all to be completely 100% for their, that's their desire. So the November 1st was canceled. They're looking at a March date, and we seem to feel that it'll be done by March completely. I mean, the grass is coming up real nice, and I think it'll look real nice. So, and the sign is going to take a bit to be produced. We have a couple safety concerns. One involves me. I was taking a backup run the other night, which means Medic 142 is coming out of the back, and the park was packed. And I came through here, and the cutest little girl came out of that bathroom and didn't even look. I almost hit her. I mean, me and my partner, we talked about the whole way. If I'd been going 2 miles an hour faster, I don't even know what would have happened. She didn't look. She came out of the bathroom. All I saw was red pigtails in the front of my squad. This is a concern for us. Since it happened to me, now it's something. So they're gonna put speed bumps in tomorrow, right, Mark?
AC?
Yeah.
I mean, what about moving that across?
That's my thing. The speed bumps are fine, but I really think the recommendation is to move that toilet. I mean, that thing is getting used, and like I said, and I'm not being overly dramatic, and Chief knows sometimes I can be, but 2 or 3 more miles an hour, I wouldn't have stopped. She didn't even hit her little brakes. I mean, she literally, that door flung open, and she went back because she wanted to play on the playground. She's having a good time. But it was the close call. Given that, I've done a couple recommendations. I would move it over, and then I talked to Chief today. I want to rearrange how we respond to put most of the vehicles going out the front. That front pad needs to be our sterile area, and with some signage, no parking in that front. We have to have a safe area to respond, and that's the only thing I can look at. It's going to take some rearranging of some power, but most 6 out of the 8 vehicles would go out the front. The battalion, the engine, the medic, and since I was on a backup run, the second squad would go out the front, and the tanker that doesn't do much would go out the back, but that doesn't happen a lot. But that's the only thing that I can think of to really, because we're in and out all the time. I mean, the battalion things are in and out, and we got to go out the front.
I know when you're en route to a run, you're focused on that run.
Yep.
You want to get there.
Yep.
But until we can get all the vehicles switched around to where the front is the main
Yeah.
egress,
Yeah.
can we have, since there's 2 on, can we have one walk and then pick him up here, pick
Yeah.
the other person up by the
We can do that.
recycling dumpsters
Yeah.
or right here on the side of the
Yeah.
building? Just walk, in front, and just, 1, it's slowing the vehicle down. 2, if you see anybody, you can say, hold on, we
Yeah.
got.
And that's what they do at a lot of city fire departments. Like if you go up to New York and an engine comes out, the guys block the sidewalk
Yeah.
and get to safety egress. So we can do that. I made it Captain Maddox's goal on Thursday and Wednesday to get it done post haste. We're probably going to need to borrow your scissor lift. But all we have to do is rearrange some electric. So it's a priority, but we can do that till then. But I got to tell you, it gave me nightmares.
I'll bet.
And
I'll bet.
my partner and I talked about it on the run, on the way back to run, and while we got back. What if? That's how close it was. It makes the guy trying to run me down on the walkway nothing. And I'm starting to take this personal that all this happens to me. But, I've had a car on this. I had this little girl, and she wasn't with her parents. And then Chief and I took a backup run today, and it's the same thing. They were at the water fountain, no parents watching them, and they were probably 4. And if you turn the lights on, that doesn't do good. That's like drawing flies to
Right.
and you turn the siren on, that scares them. So this is a good problem to have, but we're gonna have to make that front sterile, put some signage up, and people may not like it, but if somebody parks there, they're gonna have to move. We gotta have a safe place to do drills or whatever it is, and that front's the only thing that we can think of. So that's our safety concern. But if we could get that bathroom moved,
Okay.
that would be a value add for sure. The balusters are up. Tomorrow, the speed bumps are going in, and we bought the kind that can be removed for plowing if we get snow, or put back in, but Mark thinks we can just mark them and know where they're at. But we're gonna lay them out, and hopefully that's some of the traffic. So just to illustrate this, we bought 4 of those cones. 2 of them have been creamed already. We found them in pieces at our house. One left them at Mark's door, and one left one at our door, but they ran them over. So they're not seeing them. So we're gonna have to control the traffic better. And speed bumps are the only thing we can think of, and we bought 8, Mark? How many we buy?
Yeah, it'd be like,
6.
yeah, 2 rows.
2 rows of 3. So hopefully that slows people down. Because it just can't, it's what we gotta do, so.
Yeah.
All right, the last thing we had on here is fully functioning bathrooms are in the planning stage. The issue with that is our friends at the EPA regulate commercial septic systems, and the way it looks, if you wanna do one with a septic system, you're gonna have to put a new one in. You can't tie into this one. The other alternative is a pit toilet like they have, Zeb's got them all over, and they have them all over the Smokies when I hike. They're just basically, you get them pumped out, they're like septics but without a field. It's a pit toilet, just like they come and empty the pit in the toilet. You would empty this concrete that's underneath it that contains it. So the only issue is those aren't cheap. But that's the only solutions that we can come up with. So we're kind of in the planning stages of that. They've been down and looked at Zeb's. There's one at Governor Bebb, and you've got some all over, but it's what we need here. I mean, you gotta have something. So that's gonna take some time and some grants or something, but that is in the planning stages. It's just gonna be the next long-term thing. And I think that's it, unless you have questions about the Clark Playground. It's a lot, but there's a lot going on. It's looking real good. Grass is growing. It looks nice.
Thanks, AC.
All right,
Okay.
thank you. All right, we'll move on to the road department. Mark?
Yes, I received the 2026 retrace of center and edge line estimate from the Butler County Engineers Office. It came back at $14,915.57. This is for Weaver, Lehigh, Bell, Jenkins, Morgan Ross, and North Dwyer roads. This is something that Rob had always done. We split the township in half so that our roads get retraced every other year. And it just helps our residents with nighttime driving, and especially when we're plowing snow, it really helps you find the center of the road. If we decide to do this, we need to make a resolution to the Butler County Engineers by December 1st.
Okay, so we got November.
I'll
All right.
just give you
Do
guys-
they have a scripted resolution? I thought they
I'll
usually,
look one up from
okay,
last year
all right.
if you'd like, but
Yeah.
they don't give us any.
okay, all right.
And Valentino Contracting installed the new heat pump and coil for the front room of the community center last week. All the units are up and running now. Last week we did some pavement repair on Howard and Morgan Ross roads. This week we're power washing and polishing the floors at the administration building and community center to make it look real nice for the election next week. I would like approval to purchase a 12-inch tooth bucket for a Kubota excavator from Zimmer Tractor for the amount of $1,600. This helps when we do like small drainage tile projects. I don't need a PO, I was just asking them.
So moved.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
And then finally, this Thursday, October 30th, is a snow and ice control training along with the rodeo. And Chris, Sean, and myself will be attending. Get
Is
our
that up
snowplow
the
training in.
Engineer's
At the
office?
engineer's office, yes.
Hey, did we vote on that bucket?
We don't have to.
Oh,
I
okay.
was just asking.
Under, okay.
And that's all I got.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Zoning, Dale?
Okay. All right, certificates there. There's only one certificate this October, and that was last week. Okay, that's all slowed down. I don't have the third quarter revenue ready yet. I'm fighting on my statistics and my criteria number passing up. The zoning commission meeting is next Wednesday, November the 5th, 2025. Topics to be published in social media and zoning webpage on Morgan Township as usual. The BZA meeting on Thursday, October the 16th, was a very good success, I think, at least from all of the responses I got back from each of the members for the BZA and the zoning. This meeting was a joint meeting. In attendance was Jack Grove out of our zoning lawyer, who was there to answer their questions, and he answered their questions for over 2 hours, so, and everything else. The Howards Creek Road split, I called Mr. Tensing and asked by the Board of Trustees. I told him that I was rescinding my approval. His response to me was that if it has been approved by the county, he will be sending you a letter to the Board of Trustees to give you further detail.
But it has not been approved by the county, has it?
As far as I can see, yes, it has.
I thought it had to go through the engineer's office and then go to the Butler County Planning Commission. That's the process that I was told.
Well, I've got to wait because there's there's a sub-review committee on the 29th of this month, and I'll know then how it stands, okay?
Okay.
Zoning violations. Darren left me his list since he is not here tonight. 2601 Bell Road. We've sent out an affidavit. It is completed for scrap title. The vehicle is gone. We could almost drop that off the list next time. 2258 Chapel has been referred to the Butler County Prosecutor's Office to start the court and fine process. 6225 Cincinnati Brookville Road, we're working on clarification to cite a B2 for inoperable vehicle. 8110 North Dwyer, inoperable vehicle, first notification was sent. 8130 Dwyer, inoperable vocation, first notification sent. 6439 Okeana Drewsburg, 2 vehicles gone. 2 more should be gone this week, and that is that is the gentleman down in Okeana itself. He has been able to move vehicles far much easier than Darren has to get him to move them than I did, okay? And then he's always following up on current cases and new certificates. The last thing I have is something I'm going to give to you. I've received a second email. This is an email, and on a cell tower. On Alert New London, as you are at Howards Creek, Alert New London, and Schraden, there are 3 lots up the hill on Alert New London. Mm-hmm. Across from, as Mark has pointed out, the cell tower that is already on Alert New London. They're inquiring about these 3 properties. There are 3 properties that were listed to me. They're all in a row. They belong to the same person. One of them is 47 acres. All right? That's as far as I know in terms of what they want to do. The questions I got asked was, what do they need to do for us? Okay? And this, I did this today. It is a AI summary of the ORC 519.211. It limits the powers that unincorporated townships, specifically restricting their authority over public utilities and telecommunication towers. The biggest thing to note is that this piece of properties are all agriculture. We cannot stop them putting them there, but we do have some ways to be able to look at making sure that the tower is tall enough, there's nothing in the way that if it falls in any direction, that it would fall and not hit anything. We can do that. We can also do the setbacks on any other things that they place on the lot itself, but we cannot stop them putting it there. Any thoughts or any questions?
So how far up the hill from Schraden is it?
Oh, what is it?
Is it up near Copeland?
Yeah, it's across from Copeland's, isn't it? Yeah.
But Copeland has both sides of the street.
It's
Can one owner have multiple towers on their property?
That's a good question. I'll have to look for that.
They got one, they got more than one?
Well, they want to put another one.
Oh, no, they did.
It's on the other side of the road from the one it's on the south side of the road.
And they got one on George, it's not in use.
Oh, that's going to be though.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I learned, there's a
Okay.
new company who just purchased it. Haven't heard back from them anyway, and had not had a chance to really tell you guys about it. Plus, then there's the possible one at 1300 Chapel Road. But I haven't heard back from it at all either, okay? And any other questions to me?
No?
All right,
Thanks, Nick.
that's it.
All right, Tina?
Okay, I need a motion for resolution to deposit $14,000 into Fund 2281 for the funds received from the sale of the Simman that was purchased by Whitewater Township.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Motion approved. We're working on the temporary budget that will need to be adopted before the beginning of 2026. And we did have a follow-up meeting with Carrie from Highland to go over the changes in the liability insurance for 2026. And the numbers are being finalized, and we're waiting for her to send us an invoice before we ask for a PO. And that's all I have.
Okay, anything for Tina?
Thanks, Dave.
All right, Daryl,
No. Oh, you want me to talk?
do you have anything?
I want to make a motion to buy a new camera. The one we got, it's defunct, doesn't work. So I'm going to make a motion to fill out PO to Oxford Computer Solutions, not to exceed $2,000 for the purchase and installation of a new camera for the recording of the meetings and buildings, same as this one.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Brucker?
Abstained.
Okay, Mr. Brucker will abstain. Motion approved.
Okay, anything else, Daryl?
No.
Do we know what the cost, did we have a cost on that camera?
Not to exceed 2,000, yeah. Because it's more than just a regular camera like this. It's got the recording and, this is an older one. This is from 2012. And it has like a coaxial cable that goes to it to get the sound and transmit the video to be able to record. The new one is now HDMI cable, which will be better quality and everything, so.
And the only thing I have is just a question for Mark. On Cincinnati Brookville, what's the deadline or the date for completing that construction down on? Do you have any update on that?
November 15th. That's when I talked to the project guy. He said that's when it's scheduled to be open.
When is it? 15th?
November 15th.
What all they do, Mark?
Just like shored up the creek bed.
Just, yeah, I figured up,
Drove some sheet
drove piling
piling
and stuff.
poured concrete wall. And
Okay.
Pretty extensive project.
So can you get from your house here, or you gotta take a detour? Where exactly is it?
Either go to, oh, it's after Weaver Road.
Okay,
Like between my house and Tom's house.
okay,
That's
You
all
couldn't
I
get to Weaver yet.
okay.
Okay, thanks, Mark. That's all I had, Tom.
All right. The only thing I have, I wanted to go into executive session to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official. However, it looks like we got quite a few people in the audience, so I'll move to audience comments if anybody has anything that they need to bring up. If you would come up, state your name. Your name and address. Is the microphone on?
Check.
Tap it once.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
There we go. All right. Good evening. My name is Zeb Aka. I'm the Director of Planning for Metro Parks of Butler County, 2051 Timberman Road, Hamilton, Ohio, 45013. Come to talk to you gentlemen tonight about the covered bridge at Governor Bev Metro Park. Covered bridge was reconstructed there in 1970. This is the third location that bridge has been in since it was originally constructed in the mid-1800s. We've got multiple sources that'll differ as to exactly how old the bridge is. The bridge has been at Bev for 55 years. When it was reconstructed in 1970, it was put together by volunteer labor. And so over 55 years, the weather and the time and the additional wood that was added to it with the volunteer labor has taken its toll, and it is in need of serious repair at this point. Metro Parks has patched it up over the years, but we're at the point that it needs a serious rehabilitation. We are currently shoring the bridge up. We've got 3 of the 4 piers shored up already. The 4th one will be up later this week. So it buys us a little bit of time to figure out what to do with the bridge. We are also going out to seek grant money to help us fund this bridge, fund whatever rehabilitation we're going to be doing to the bridge. Right now, we see 2 options: rehabilitate the bridge in place. Rehabilitation of the bridge will require it to be dismantled and then eventually rebuilt. One of the other needs that we have in the western part of the county is a bridge across Indian Creek, up at Indian Creek Metro Park. There used to be a bridge there, got washed out in the 60s. There's been demand to rebuild the bridge there to connect the 2 halves of Indian Creek Metro Park and span the bridge again. As we were looking at options for the covered bridge, if we're going to have to take it down anyway, we figured another possible option may be to take that bridge, give it new life, return it back to its purpose as a transportation piece of infrastructure, and rebuild it at Indian Creek Metro Park. We've not made any decisions on it yet. The overall costs would be, it would be cheaper to relocate it because we'd be able to combine 2 projects into one. We would be rehabilitating the covered bridge. We'd also be creating a bridge at Indian Creek. So instead of doing 2 projects, we'd be able to potentially move the covered bridge to Indian Creek, solve 2 problems at one go, be an overall lower cost to the public. We're getting ready to go live with an online survey, just a simple question out to the public, give some basic background on the bridge, and ask the public what is their choice: to rebuild it in place at Governor Bev Metro Park, or to rebuild it at Indian Creek Metro Park. And I wanted to come before you folks tonight and give you guys a heads up on that survey that's going to be coming out later this week. We're hoping to be able to get some good public input on that we can use in our grant application. The first grant application is due November 14th on that. That's to the Land and Water Conservation Fund through the National Park Service. Trying to bring in some dollars from outside the county to help restore this icon of Western Butler County. So, open to any questions or comments you have.
What do you anticipate the cost to be? Do you have any ideas yet, or?
We've been working with a bridge consultant, specializes in covered bridges out of Indianapolis. Their estimates are anywhere from 1.4 to 1.7 million.
To keep it intact?
Yes.
In place?
Yeah. So the move to Indian Creek could be about 2 million total, but then that also, building a new bridge at Indian Creek, our estimates are about $850,000 to $900,000.
So in Indian Creek up in Riley Township, right?
Correct.
So when you go out on your survey, that bridge has some historic significance to the people of Morgan Township.
Absolutely.
So is there any way we could isolate input from people that are going to be mostly affected from removing that bridge? Because if you go out countywide on a comment basis, it's going to really dilute kind of the historic aspect of that to this township.
We are also going to be asking for zip codes, be asking people's zip codes, so we can filter it down to see what comments are from Morgan Township and what comments might be from Middletown. So we can filter that out. So.
And if you do rebuild it, if you would rebuild it at its current location, would it ever be available for vehicle traffic, or is it always going to be for pedestrian traffic if it reopens?
When it reopens, it will reopen one of the two places. It will be for pedestrian traffic.
Okay.
So just to preserve it for another 50, 55 years, I think it's going to be best just to leave it to pedestrian traffic.
I mean,
Yes,
you
we
really
will-
don't need it
Yeah.
for vehicle.
Right. We will open it up again. The bridge has been closed, I don't know, since 2020, since before I got to Metro Parks, just for safety concerns. So,
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Zeb.
thank you.
You were raising your hand? Come up to, can you?
Mike Hodge, Alert New London. These are all questions for you that you can throw in there with the bridge thing. How long's that been down for pedestrians? I walked across it last year. I mean, you can walk right through the gate. I mean, it's been open for pedestrians as long as I can remember, just not vehicles. Vehicles, it's been down since the late 90s. Last time I drove my Pinto across there was, I think, 83. But I did do a burnout in a Camaro. That was in 87. But not on the bridge. I was off the bridge. The questions, you had said they were talking about moving it to Riley. If it goes to Riley, it's not going to have vehicles on it. Correct. Okay. So if it goes to Riley, it won't have vehicles on it. If it stays where it is, it's $800,000 to put in a walking bridge at Riley? What did we just pay for our bridge at Bebb?
About 800,000.
Jeez. I need to start doing contracting.
Here, just so we get you on recording. Thank you.
Okay, so the only thing that, I just want to throw in is that with the Pioneer Village and the history on the bridge itself, I think it would belong where it's at. I thought we were going to open it back for vehicles at Riley, and if that's the point, nix that little ditch we dug and put it back in operation for vehicles at Beth. But if it's not going to be open for vehicles at Riley either, just pedestrians, then I say we keep it right where that baby's at. But as far as the pedestrian bridge in Riley, I remember when that went out, but that bridge is nowhere near as old as the covered bridge. It wasn't originally. Okay. I mean, it could be made of metal and it wouldn't matter, but I just think that's the historical significance to me of the covered bridge at Riley with the cabins. So just my 2 cents worth.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else have anything?
I have a question.
Okay.
Hi. Dina Faggy, 2483 Morgan Ross Road. I just have a question I would like to say, first of all, the community park is absolutely beautiful. You Township trustees, I want to thank you for allowing this park to come in. I know it's been a long process. You guys have gathered the right committee people. You guys have worked really hard on the contractors that you've had to deal with and the community that you've had to deal with. A lot of it, it has been positive. Some people like to make things negative, but the question that I have is, do you guys have a list of all the donors, all the contractors, everybody who's put in their time, their money, and all the money that was, gathered for all this? Can you provide that to the public so that everybody can see who has all contributed? Because I really do think, I know some people do not want to be recognized, but I think there are people who need to be recognized. This isn't just a one-person thing, and I think that's where it's kind of going. This is a community. It's a community park. And I think that everybody should be recognized, whether you put in your hard work and sweat and tears and you didn't donate $1, but you still should be recognized. I mean, you've got everybody here in this township who has done something, and just didn't know if you guys could provide something, maybe make a Facebook post to
Well,
recognize.
that's a great idea, Dina. You know, since we're pushed back to March to the opening,
Yeah.
you know, we can, there's a lot of money that's been donated. Just look at the board out
Yeah.
there. We've had committees that have been brought into existence and have gone out of existence. All those people need to be captured and recognized.
Yes.
There's people that have come up here, clean the trail on their own volition. They can be recognized, and the staff and everybody in this audience, most everybody in this audience has had a piece of that.
Yeah.
So March will be the time to make sure everybody gets a big thank you. And the whole township, the whole township has stood behind this. You know, anything you build on a construction site you're going to hit a rough spot now and then, but the township has risen to the occasion.
Yeah.
It's a proud thing back there to see
Oh,
that.
absolutely.
No
I
doubt.
think this is a legacy to come for many, many years. We'll be dead and gone.
It's
by
for
that
your
time.
it's for your grandchildren,
Yeah,
not for us necessarily.
But I just wanted to make sure, because I think some things have been going negatively, and I think it is a positive thing, and that's what we all need to focus on, is
Right.
this is a positive thing for the community. And hearing about the dog park, I mean, I think that is a great idea, and, you know, it should, you know, continue. Just anything to bring community together. So, you know, I just think that everybody should be recognized, you know, and I just thought, because it was just opened, you know, that would be a really nice post if somebody could do something like
And
that.
AC mentioned the dog park really quickly, but if you didn't catch it, that is totally funded by a private donor. There is no money, and that's always a thing, is township money. Township money is very sacred, specialized. We don't spend any township money that we don't absolutely have to. Something like that is all by the kindness of people's hearts.
Yes, exactly. And I think just because dollars weren't put in, that doesn't mean people's, you know,
Time is valuable. Time is valuable.
Exact-
Absolutely,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. You can't put a price on that. So.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly.
Okay,
Yep.
that's it.
Thanks,
Thank
Tina.
you.
But all total, we were just meeting with our insurance agent last week, and all total with the pavilion, the park, the playground, everything, we're insured over $1.1 million. So we got a $1.1 million park for less than, we probably have maybe 100,000 out of the township. So
I think, yeah, people have went around, and certainly from the park district here, he knows that this is one of the better parks put together in Butler County. And it, like I say, it's been insured at $1 million. And we will have this, I've lived in this community forever, my whole life, my family has, and we've never had anything like this. Bed Park's great, pretty far out and hard to get to, but this one here is centralized. The whole community can come. If you come out here on a weekend, you can see how much this park's being used today. It's packed. I mean, there's 10, 15 cars out here, people walking. I love to see that. They get under the shelter, and the parents get, and they socialize. It's community can socialize along with the kids, and it's just, it'll be something forever. It's at 14 acres. I was here in 2000 when they bought the property up here. Discussions for this 14 acres was made back then about maybe use this for a park. I remember that. I was on the zoning board, and I remember us talking about it, what we could do with it, and it come to pass. And I'm so happy that I lived to see this, and my family, my grandkids all get to see it, and their kids will get to see it. They'll get to use it. You know, this is something nobody can take away from us. We've got a beautiful, beautiful park that, you know, our community can use forever, and I'm tickled to death. Like I said, the township's got less, Tina said, less than 10% invested in $1 million project. I think that's a great investment from Morgan Township. So that's money spent very wisely. And like I say, it'll be here forever. So,
Kara, I don't want to put you on the spot, but we had a little conversation last night. Would you like to come up and tell your little story about what makes you happy when you come up here at the park? I don't want to put you on the spot. If you don't want to do it, that's fine, but yeah, if you could come up, just so it gets on the recording. It meant a lot to me when you told me that last night.
Carol Thacker, 2655 Chapel Road, and I think one of the those.
Did the batteries die? Oh.
Now it's on? Okay, start over. Carol Thacker, 2655 Chapel Road, and I'm using the park a lot for walking because my riding bicycle in my living room isn't working very well, so I'm getting my steps out here a lot. And it was Friday afternoon, wasn't it, that I said?
Yeah, when you were here, I talked to you last night, but you said when you were up here, you saw the little
Saturday.
Saturday.
There
Okay.
were a lot of kids, and there were two special ones that stood out. They were maybe 3 and 5, and they were enjoying the roller slide, which I think is the cutest thing I've ever seen. The littlest one couldn't run up the hill to get up to the top to come down, so the older one was always holding their hand. They were laughing all the time they were doing this. They'd get up there, they'd lay down on their belly and slide down the slide, and then the oldest one would turn a somersault at the end, and the little one would jump on top, and they're just laughing their heads off. And it gave me such joy just to see these children doing that over and over and over. It just was fun.
Yeah, good story. Thank you.
Thanks, Carol.
Anyone else? Mike? I need you on the microphone, so otherwise, when they do the minutes, because we're not recording, that's the bad thing.
Real quick on the, I don't know your name. See, okay. I got an idea. So you said you were going to do this dedication thing in
March.
Could we maybe put that in like maybe April or May? Do a community picnic with the dedication of the park?
It's open.
All at the same time? And then I will buy the meat. Kevin said he would buy the pop. We're trying to save you a dime.
Well, thank you.
And then if you could coordinate the community chipping in, like the baked beans and the potato salad, let's turn this back a couple of years, get the community together to bring stuff in, and just have a great big old thing out on the lawn. Now, you would be in charge of setting up tables and chairs.
That'd be great. Now, the only thing is, who's driving the dedication date is the people, the family that donated the playground. So if they got it set on a date and it's in March and we want to do this in April, we can have another event. I mean, that's fine.
You could do a park dedication for this playground day.
Could always do that.
Yeah.
But that way
But
it's all
yeah,
your
I mean,
problem.
that's
Kind of
great.
Dedicating the whole day to everybody that helped chip into the park and do the work and cut the weeds down and all that good stuff.
Yeah,
I think it'd be
good idea.
Yep.
All right,
So you got me for meat and you got Kevin for soda.
okay.
Thanks, Mike.
Get some Easter eggs, maybe.
Good idea.
Okay, I'm up, right?
You're up.
Working?
Do you want to move the mic
I'm
up?
gonna piggyback off what this young lady just said. We've never met, right?
No.
I have no idea who you are. Yeah, nice to meet you. Oh, really? Yeah. Okay, well, now I know. I just had a couple questions. The reason why I'm here is because she kind of inferred to it, but there was a bunch of stuff on Facebook, and I really shouldn't read it, but people send me shit all the time, and they're like, hey, you gotta read this, and I don't really have time, but I still do it, and it's just annoying. So the reason why I'm here is because comments without facts or proof are hearsay or opinion. Okay? And that's a legal term, hearsay. There was a lot of things that were said online that were not factual at all. And the only way to rectify problems like that is actually get people to talk about it. So that's why I'm here.
Okay.
I told you the last time I was gonna come here would be if something really horrible happened, and I apologize, that's not the case. My wife told me to be nice, so I am gonna be nice. I'm not gonna call anybody out specifically. So let's talk about the park real quick. When was the park approved? Roughly,
2 years ago.
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, at
All right.
least,
And we're talking about the entire park or just the playground?
entire park.
Okay?
Well, it was, there was,
Walking trail.
the walking trail was first. We're
Yeah.
doing it in phases.
Yeah, I remember
And then
when-
the playground just happened to come out. Somebody said, hey, I'd like to donate a playground in memory of our mother, so.
Totally understand, and the Ingalls were very kind to have
Yep.
donated that money.
And all three trustees were in the discussion with this from
Yeah,
the
I-
very beginning.
I remember. So it was approved, though, 2 years ago, the entire park. And then later, the children's park was approved, correct?
The walking trail was the first phase, yes.
Correct, okay.
The park, the 14 acres was going to be used as a park, and it was going to be in phases. I mean, we've talked about a amphitheater, we've talked a bunch of different ideas.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but yeah, it all started about two and a half years
Are we
ago.
gonna get a sphere someday, you think? No? So the people that are sitting on this board right now, the trustees, you're the ones that approved it, correct?
Correct.
Everyone that's seated right now?
Yep,
Okay, no one else?
no.
Okay. How is it paid for?
Well, with donations, we did have to use some tax dollars, pay, we got salaries, we've got, to do the playground, we got the equipment donated, but they did not pay for the installation, so we had to
I understand.
contract that out. But, all told, it's a little over $100,000.
And again, I want to be very clear, I want to thank the Ingalls for donating the money that they did, okay? But this has nothing to do with that.
But what the walking trail piece was COVID?
Separate.
That was it, yeah.
Okay.
I totally
Yep.
understand that, and I just want to clear that up also. So what was the legal entity that paid for the park from our end, from the township side?
Well, some of it did come,
Hamilton.
some ARPA money, ARPA money. There was some leftover interest and things like that that Butler County had on the original amount that they received from the federal government. And then they divvied that money out to entities that had a viable project, which ours they felt was viable. They gave us another $150-some thousand.
Very nice, okay.
And then we have donations.
Right.
And we have teamed up with the Hamilton Community Foundation because they are the nonprofit, have all the, we don't have to put that into our tills. It's, commingle funds and things like that. So people are making donations, individuals. We've had some businesses donate money, so.
Yeah, I wish we had that here. Did the township receive funds from private citizens for the playground and the park? That's a yes.
Yes,
Okay, and what was the legal entity that transferred that money from them to you?
the Hamilton Community Foundation.
Okay, so the
They
money,
paid the bills. They,
Right.
we,
We never got the money.
Hamilton
We submit the
Foundation
bills.
money never comes to us
Okay.
at all.
all right, so that money went to a third party. It was managed by that third party through a donation, and then they paid for equipment?
Yes, that was all paid. Everything from Engels went to the Hamilton Community Foundation and then paid out from,
Okay, and what was the legal name that was transferred to and from, if you don't mind? me asking?
Hamilton Community Foundation.
Okay, from the Engel family.
Yes,
From the family or from the business?
from the family.
Okay.
Definitely from the family. It is not, nowhere, they're not tied in with Diamond Trailer.
Okay. Did the trustees have to approve these funds being transferred in any way, shape, or form?
No,
Okay. Did the trustees have to approve the purchase of the equipment that went out there?
we were involved in the design and the equipment, but they pretty much had an idea what they wanted in that
Okay, but
playground.
I'm sure there was a safety concern there,
Absolutely,
and it was inspected,
absolutely,
and all of that was done with funds from the community,
correct,
okay? And that had to be approved by this council, right?
absolutely.
Okay. Did planning of the playground, in addition to the park, have to be approved in any other way, shape, or form than anybody else than you guys?
No, the engineers would present their proposals to us, and then we were the ultimate decision makers.
There was kind of an iteration with the initial group that we had seated with, that was Sandra Taylor. That was her group, and they laid out some graphics on what and how and how it would look. And those kind of things kind of drove the concepts of what could be done with what we had to work with.
But that committee brought their decisions or recommendations to us. We made the decision.
Yeah, but if I understood your question, it was like was there other people involved? I just want to make sure everybody was aware, quite
I'm very clear
aware.
with that. I just want to make sure, to his point, that final approval for all of this went through this board.
It has to. It
Yeah.
has to come through this board.
Okay.
You can't spend money without this group saying that's where we're
Right, I'm
going.
aware,
Yeah.
but some people aren't.
But
Okay.
that's why we pointed.
And that's why I'm here, is because there was a lot of discussion that was placed on this specific issue that was incorrect. And I just want to get it clear for the record that nothing happens here without trustee involvement, correct?
Correct.
It would be illegal if it did.
I would assume so. I have a little experience with that. All right, so, Chief, I've never met you before. Congratulations on your appointment. Hope I never meet you again.
We have that before.
We have?
Yes, I'll
In a
talk
good
to you
way?
in a very good way, yes, sir.
Okay, good. That's rare. How's the fire department morale?
I think it's excellent.
I do too. Are you 100% staffed right now?
We have a waiting list of people wanting to work for us.
That's what I heard. Do you have a fair and equitable promotional system?
I believe that we do.
Is it in line with the promotional systems of other townships in this area?
It's similar, yes, but it's different in ways as well.
Okay,
but similar.
in what way?
We went through a process where there were interviews, tabulated scores with Assistant Chief and myself and Trustee Brucker.
I'm going somewhere with this, trust
And
me.
we selected the best candidates that we felt by not only their resume, their interview, but also past performance on the job.
Okay, is it the same one that was put in place by the former chief?
It was not the same process.
Okay, is there a reason why?
I just felt, in my experience, that this was the best way for our township to select the people we want leading our fire department.
Sounds like-
So did-
Everything was done in-house. We did not have a third party that we sent everything to, like it was under the former chief.
Sounds like a good choice. Does anyone in the department receive comp time
No.
legally? No. Is that a no?
No.
No, okay. You don't. You're a salaried employee, correct?
I get paid for the hours that I work, sir.
Hours, you're an hourly employee. Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
We have no salary employees anymore.
okay. That sounds like a very good choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't receive comp time, it's not in your contract at all?
No, sir.
Okay. Do members of the department participate in FEMA disaster relief efforts on their own time, independently, not being paid?
Say that question again.
Do members of the department participate in FEMA, and I'll be specific, any DHS or natural disaster voluntary program that allows them to work independently of the department for pay from the government, taxpayer money?
There are employees that are involved with emergency response.
Yes?
But that has nothing to do with, we employ them, but that's through, the other jobs and other full-time employment that they're sponsoring.
Okay, and they're not being paid at the same time by this department when they do that?
Yes, sir.
They're only paid for the hours they work here.
Perfect, okay. So they don't have to be on paid leave or anything, they just do it hourly at their own time, on their own time?
Yes, sir. If they were to be deployed, they would not be paid here. They'd basically be on unpaid leave until they got back and continued with their work here.
Okay, this is a personal question for you. Do you feel like your wages are commensurate with Ross and Harrison, based on your position?
I do not know what Harrison's chief is compensated?
He makes about $92,000 a year without benefits.
Without?
Yeah.
I don't know enough to make an educated decision on that and vocalize that here.
Okay, that's good answer. Assistant Chief, this is for you.
Yes, sir.
Is the department better now than it was 2 years ago?
Yes,
By far?
in my mind, yes,
Okay. All right. Trustees, these are for you.
Okay.
All right. During the course of this online thing that happened, there was some questions that were brought up about something that happened a few years ago. A lot of them were directed personally at me and saying that the results of, or what's a good way to say it? The reason why people are no longer employed with this township is not because they did anything wrong. It's because I was involved personally. Like I had better things to do. Okay, so I'd like to dispel that because in the process of that argument that occurred online, they were inferring the Cornerstone articles that involve people running for office. And this is going to happen next week. We're all going to vote next week. But that's why I'm here today. So I went back, I read the Cornerstone maybe once every 6 months when I'm in town and I happen to stop by Eli's or something. But I picked one up and I looked at it because this argument was kind of annoying to me personally. One of the trustees that's running for office here, who I'm not going to name, their tagline is bring back common sense and transparency. Okay? What I've seen here in this group over the last 2 years has been nothing but common sense and transparency. Okay? The fire department's running better. We have a nice park. Nobody's done anything illegal in this township that I know of. And trust me, I pay attention. So as far as being transparent, I don't think you guys could be any more transparent. As far as using common sense, I think paying 10% on a $100,000 investment, $1 million investment, is a pretty good common sense move. I think hiring people hourly for a hard job, by the way, I consider your job hard, is a common sense move. I think taking people off salary, removing positions that shouldn't exist, is a common sense move. Okay, but with that said, just a couple of questions. And I just want to clear this up because this was never on the record anyway, because there was no court case. And we know why there wasn't a court case. Everybody, at least we do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so was there an independent, I'm going to ask each of you independently for a yes or no on this. Was there an independent investigation paid by the township to look into the former fire chief?
It was not paid for by the township.
Was it?
Well, I'll take it back. It was through the Butler County prosecutor's office. We did have a third-party investigator that we did pay, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Hunt?
Yes, it definitely was.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Okay. Did this independent investigation result in a report that indicated that there was, in fact, theft by this employee? I want to remind everybody here that you're on the record. And we all know, I know the answer to these questions, but
Yeah, I mean, there was evidence that said that there was,
theft of funds.
yeah, and
Theft of public funds, let's be specific.
And we were
we were
given-
double dipping.
Okay, so theft of public funds.
Right.
I'm not trying to point fingers or, I just
Okay.
want to be specific here.
Yeah,
Mr.
but
Huff?
we were given specific information.
I'm getting there. Trust
Oh,
me.
okay.
This
Okay,
is just a yes or no.
Yes,
Was there theft?
yes.
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Okay. Did someone in the Butler County administration ask you to offer the former chief a deal to resign or face possible prosecution?
Yes.
Yes.
That was the prosecutor worked
I
this.
don't want to call anybody out, just somebody in the administration at the Butler County, at Butler County.
State that one more time, exactly
I'm not
what
calling
you.
anybody out.
No, I mean, you're,
Did somebody in management at Butler County tell you to offer him a deal to resign or
Yes.
face charges?
Yes, that was the arrangement.
Thank you. Did that deal include his resignation and having the results of that report pursued by a prosecutor?
Yes.
Yes.
That was correct.
Okay, so when the former chief resigned and stated, and this is a quote, "This was only opinion. This was the only option for me to protect me, my family, and my career." His decision was to avoid prosecution, correct? There was no threat to him, so this statement was to avoid prosecution, correct? You can't imply that, I'm sorry, that's asking you to
Yeah.
imply.
Right.
Yeah, so, but you understand the quote, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. Is there any doubt by any trustee here that the former chief took taxpayer money and was not authorized to receive it?
What's the point of this?
I'm not done yet, and when I'm done, you can talk.
No, you're dragging stuff through the mud.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You
Sir-
have no reason to be doing this.
Sir, again, this is a public forum. When I'm done talking, you can get your ass up here and talk.
Yeah.
But until then, sit there and remain quiet.
You
Continue.
need to knock this down.
Continue.
Yes.
Okay? Mr.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Did any of you have any idea that this occurred?
No.
No.
Never.
Okay? Have you taken steps to prevent future taxpayer monies from being stolen?
Obviously.
Obviously.
Absolutely.
Okay? Are there any issues now with nepotism or employees being hired by relatives?
No.
No.
Okay. Those are the questions I have for you. I just need to clear that up because people in this community seem to have forgotten or they don't want to accept the truth. Did anything that I say here today, was any of that not factual?
No.
Absolutely not.
That's true.
No.
Okay. Chief, I'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank
All
you
right.
for your time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kevin?
Yeah.
You, no, he's Kevin too.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else in the audience have?
Ted Hopkins, 6500 Cincinnati Brookville Road. Hello, is it on?
Is it dying?
It figures it shut off.
No, it kind of sounds like it's. There we go.
How about now?
It's
Yeah.
good.
Ted Hopkins, 6500 Cincinnati Brookville Road. I have a question about the towers. Why are they putting towers next to each other when all they do is just share each other's information? You go from your cell phone to a tower and down. I personally have a friend that has a tower in Butler County. It's got 9 different carriers on one tower. One tower.
Ted, I can't answer that because I'm not
I understand it, but
telecommunication.
maybe that's a question you should ask the individual wanting to
I
stick
will.
another tower up.
It is, I mean,
And it's,
why?
I'm probably guessing it's a money grab for somebody.
Well, it's the same with Chapel Road because across the road at the Lemires place is a tower.
Yeah, but you got one individual doing 2 towers on their property, right?
Well,
So, just as an FYI, there is a whole thing about, radioactivity, not radioactivity, but, the whole thing with radio waves and stuff with people and cancer and all that kind of fun stuff. I sat through a forum where I work because of it, and that is definitely out there. And if you live around towers, it can be an issue. You guys got a tower right here on the property, right?
That's not for cell phone. That's for
It's just for the
911.
township, 911?
Yep.
Okay. I was just wondering, because that's just like, you start putting people around towers and they don't realize what happens. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks, Dave.
Anyone else?
My name's Brett Updike, 1690 Jenkins Road. Since you brought this up, you said we've only spent $100,000 taxpayer money on the park, which I'm gonna say this to begin with. I think the park is a great thing. It was one of the things I wanted to do before, but we needed the money to go to roads, which, question there, when's the last time we did a road?
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Keep going. Be 3.
No.
What'd you do? What roads?
Northwind.
North Wind? My bad, I missed that one. So you've done 3 roads in the years. All right, but you haven't done any this last year or the other year. If I remember correctly, we always tried to do at least 1 or more roads per year to try to cover the 30-some miles of roads, because if you fall behind, you can never catch up. But let's go back to the park issue. I think the park is great. I've always wanted a park. I just don't like the way everything went going in. You say we only spent $100,000 of taxpayer money? Let me ask you a question. How much did we pay for the trail? Do you remember?
That was all ARPA money.
Hey, Brett,
How much
Brett,
was
why-
it?
Brett, why don't you
220 something?
get to your point? What are you trying to say here?
No, wait a minute. You've let him speak the whole time he
And
wanted.
he's made
It's
a
my
point.
turn now.
He didn't interrogate the board and put everybody on trial. Make your point
sure did.
and then do what you will need to do.
Answer the
And
question.
by the way, Mark is totally capable of running the road department. He can pave the roads. He can keep the roads in shape. He doesn't need oversight from anybody else.
You gonna
okay?
let me have my turn?
Go
Go
ahead. Please continue.
How much did we pay for the trail? Ballpark. It doesn't have to be exact.
$125,000.
How much?
$125,000.
You're off 100,000. If I remember right, it was 220 something.
We'll have
Am
to
I-
pull.
am I
We'll
wrong,
have to
Tina?
pull the record out and look at it, Brett.
I would have to go into the UAN system. I'm not saying anything without a report out of that thing.
Is the township on book for all that money, or is that part of the code?
That was
COVID.
ARP money, which is taxpayer money.
That was not township. That was not township.
That's taxpayer money.
That was the COVID money that came from.
Bill Clinton, or not Bill Clinton, sorry. Joe Biden is the one who brought that money up.
No, that came from the COVID money. That is.
We don't pay federal taxes? You don't pay federal
That's
taxes?
not, you're saying township.
Brad, that-
You're taking township.
That money
That's
would have
taxpayer
gone,
money.
that money was allocated. And
You're correct.
if we didn't use it, another township would have.
I'm not disagreeing with that,
Okay, then
but I'm just saying, that was ARP money, am I correct?
you're right.
And we got money from there. Could have been used for roads, could have been used for
No,
other
it could
things. It
not.
was used on the
It
park.
could not be used for roads.
All right,
We tried. It was not allowed.
there you go.
No, they changed, that's what we were waiting for.
Not when we
I
first got
out.
it. It was not allowed for roads. The prosecutor put out a statement that we were not allowed to use that
We'll
for
agree to
roads.
disagree on that.
Well, I'm
Check
telling
with the
you.
commissioners.
But you-
That's the direction we got from the commissioners.
And once we started, you couldn't stop it and then not do it. You got to finish it.
You
So-
got 600 and some thousand ARP money. There was like 300 and some the first term, there was 300 and some thousand the second. Am I correct?
Just make your
Just
point.
ballpark.
Just make your point. What do you want to say?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, how much money did we spend on the park out of taxpayer money? I think that was, because that's taxpayer money there. We spent, I record request, the beginning of this year, I believe the first 5 months, we spent $50,000 of township money, which did not include installing the equipment, which was what, 65,000 plus. You had 30-some thousand, 32,000 something for the concrete. You had, what, 17, almost 18,000 on the fence.
You just
That's
heard
well
that-
over $100,000.
You just heard we had 110, we had a million 10, and we've got less than 8% invested in that township money. You just heard that.
Yeah.
You're
Now,
correct.
now debate that. If that's a bad deal for you, I can't help you.
You're missing the point. What you're saying and what's being published, it's not apples to apples. Is it a good thing? I said that at the beginning. I love the park. I've wanted one even before I became a trustee. I never had the money available to do it because we always had to do roads and we were trying to fight and to keep that. I don't want to raise money, raise taxes for the citizens, run a levy to do the roads. We got to keep them good. That's my whole thing. But you guys put on there no taxpayer money on your website. There's been a lot of taxpayer money put in this park. So let's call it the way it is.
There's been no argument about that. We've always said that is going to cost money to sustain
Chief,
that, Brett.
put new batteries in.
But anyway,
Brett, they spent less money on that park than they did on the problem you created with the last administrator. That was a problem.
how did I create it?
I'm sorry?
How did I create it?
How did you create it?
I didn't hire him.
You didn't?
That man right there made the resolution, Nancy Poe seconded, and I abstained.
Because he was living in the house that you owned.
You're correct. That's
And
why.
he was promoted.
Wait a minute, let's get the mic up here before we start. You wanna go there, we'll go
Yeah,
there.
no, I'd love to go there. I would.
There's another mic there. Kevin, there's another mic over there on the table.
Test. Okay. So did the former administrator live in a home that you own?
Yes, he lived there. No, let me finish my answer. Don't just start cutting me off.
Okay, go ahead. Did he live there?
I'll talk and you talk.
Yeah, okay, fair.
When he became up here to EMA, he worked there for years. He rented my house, actually my wife's house, next door to me. He was there 13 and some years. He was only here, I don't remember the exact number, 5, 6 years as the fire chief. But when he did, I called Ohio Ethics. Ohio Ethics told me, you can't vote on anything with his hiring or anything to do with any pay. You can vote on his job and duty. That's all I ever did.
Okay, hang on. May I?
Yes.
Okay, so was he or was he not promoted and given a job that didn't exist in this township prior to, and created and given a substantial raise to hold that position while he lived in that home?
Actually, no.
Yeah, no, that's not true, but you know it's true.
No,
He was promoted.
He took on an administrator, but he had the same pay that he had prior.
No, he didn't.
I believe it was Mr. Tom, and I believe Mr. Cole, if I remember correctly, and I may have the wrong people. When he took on that other job, and at one time his insurance, he was paid around $72,076.
And his final pay was $93,000.
And they added his insurance on because of the way the lawyer or the prosecutor said.
Not talking about insurance. I'm just talking about his base pay.
Well, hear me out. Just let me finish. And the way they told him the only way you could do that, because that was in Obamacare, you had to cover their thing. So they added what his pay was for his insurance to his salary, and that's where it went up to the 90-some thousand.
You're telling me
that the Harrison chief makes 92,000, and you guys were complaining about him at 90, which I had nothing to do with.
Well, Harrison is significantly larger than Morgan Township. But that being said, so you're telling me that he was not given extra money for his new title or position, even though it says in his contract that he was?
He was not.
He was not. Gentlemen?
We did reimburse him for his insurance. That insurance was part of his original contract.
Over $20,000 a year?
No, it was.
No, I didn't think so.
$1,200 a month, I think we.
That's what I thought. Okay.
For his insurance.
Yeah, and if you don't mind me asking, just out of curiosity.
And I didn't vote on that either.
If you don't mind me asking, just out of curiosity, how much did he pay you in rent every month? Do you mind telling me?
Way under what he should have, and I'll tell you, because you know what? He paid $900 a month. Right now, I'm getting $2,000 a month.
Well, when he stopped paying you, he didn't live there anymore, correct?
Do I know?
When he stopped paying you, he no longer lived there, correct?
Well, after he left here, he left town, and about a year and something, I guess, afterwards. I don't remember the exact time.
Did he leave owing you money?
No.
Okay. So he continued to pay, and he paid for the rent, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
But that was well under the thing. So as far as I'm concerned, and me and my wife, we kept it cheaper to try to have a good fire chief here. I covered costs. Is basically all I did with him.
I'm sorry, you said he was a good fire chief?
Well, in my opinion, yes. Your opinion, I know is no, but we'll agree to disagree.
No, I don't think you should agree or disagree at all. I think you should say he was a bad fire chief. He stole money. Mm-hmm. So if he stole money, you're telling me he was a good fire chief?
I haven't seen proof that he ever stole any.
I thought I just substantiated that here tonight, but I guess the obvious is too much for some people.
There's been a report supposedly that's been public record request that does he say that there's no report, so where's this report?
That report will never be seen because of someone in management of Butler County. Ever.
No.
Gentlemen, is that a correct statement?
That's true.
That's correct. Absolutely.
Okay, so if you have an issue with that, talk to Butler County, not these guys.
Well, I've never seen it, so I don't have
But
any
having you
proof of
stand there and tell me that you approved and you agree with the former chief, and you supported that, even though you know now that he was stealing money from this township, that's a problem.
I've never seen where he was stealing, and supposedly
No, that's
there's a
okay.
report.
That's okay.
There's
You
a
have-
report that you say that never can be seen or there's no facts of it, so I don't know.
Okay.
If there was facts and it was proven, okay.
All right. Well, I trust the word of three good men as opposed to the word of nobody. All right?
That's, you're
You know,
entitled to that.
No,
opinion.
that is my right. I can do that.
Yes.
Are we finished?
Yeah, I think so.
We were threatened as trustees from Galloway, from down Florida, we were threatened, all of us, that he was gonna come back, he was gonna sue the township, he was gonna sue each one of the, for libel, for slander, all these lies, but he never came back, did he? You know?
Gentlemen, I
And
was
that's
told,
why.
I was told that I wanted his job, please. Like, I mean, nothing personal, but you can't afford me.
Yeah.
So I didn't want his job. I don't have financial problems. He told everybody in this community everything he wanted to say to get what he needed. And now he's gone, and that's fine. I don't have any issue with that. I just want people in the community to understand the truth, as opposed to innuendo that comes out on Facebook or information like that that's just flatly incorrect. There is no factual basis to any of it, but people have their opinion, like Brett, and so opinion seems to matter for some reason, and I still don't understand why. But that being said, I'm done. But I would.
But if you read the Ohio Attorney General's report, he come out.
But Brett, I would love to
Guilt
debate you
clean.
personally in a public forum, and what I would really like is if everybody that was running for trustee would have a public forum like Ross and debate everybody together. I don't know this guy, Dave, what's his name, who has a green sign. I just see, there you go. No. Yeah, I'll meet you later, but I don't know him, but I would love to hear their opinions. I would love to debate people, and
Well,
I'd
I'd
love
have
to.
come and talk to you if your gate was open, because I
Well-
was going door to door, but you keep the date, your gate's locked. and
Well,
If
you
you have a
know-
no trespassing sign, I respect that, I don't go back them.
There's that. But that being
No.
said, the fire department can get in. Don't worry
And
about
if you
that.
wanted me, all you do is call me, I'd have come talk to you.
Well, let's have a debate. Why don't you have a debate?
No, not tonight.
No.
Not tonight. Have a debate.
Election's Tuesday.
Yeah, the election's Tuesday. Have a debate on Friday.
We'll do it next time. We're too close now, all that, yeah.
A lot of people voted already. Early voting started 3 weeks ago.
But anyway,
All right.
Thank you.
Anyone else? If not, I'm going to make a motion to convene into executive session at 8:17. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second.
Kolb.
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Motion approved.
All right. We're